Hi everyone, good evening. Today I'm going to talk about the cell phone which is made by Samsung and is called Samsung Galaxy Note 2. And the Samsung has a good advertised statement for it. It is like the phone or the tablet. It is the best of both. I know most of you are iPhone users, and so I don't want to offend you, but what I'm going to do is try to persuade you that there is something which can take the place of iPhone. So first of all, 15 years ago, I think most of us just began to understand what was a cell phone. We had something like this, which looks like a brick, and the black and white Nokia. And after that, 10 years ago, Nokia has smartphones, and we enjoyed it a lot. The Nokia N73 and Nokia N95, they are just like the iPhone today, very popular, and everyone has it. And 5 years ago, the iPhone changed the whole world. It has a big screen, and all the applications we can just through our fingers. We can just do that through our fingers. 2 years ago, the Apple has the iPad, and since then the tablet came into our world. But now we have the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. It's the second generation of Galaxy Note. Because of the success of the first generation of Galaxy Note, Samsung has made a lot of improvements about it. And next I will talk to you about the three popular operating systems on cell phone. First, I want to say is that the iPhone is not second to none anymore, because beside the iOS, we have Android, we have Windows Phone. The BlackBerry system, there seems, I don't know, some problems with that. It's not so favorable. And the Windows Phone, because it just started, the Windows Phone 8, it was just starting this year, in 2012. So it's not mature now. So what I want to compare is the iOS 6 and the Android 4.2, which is called Jelly Bean. The iOS and Android operation system, they have a long history for about 5 years, and the Android has made a great improvements about it. At first, the iOS, like iOS 3 or something like that, was better than the Android 2.1, 2.2. But when when Google developed the Android 4.2 and 4.1, it has a very fluent system and as fast as the iOS 6. And next reason is because nowadays the users have higher and higher demands. To them, a phone does not only mean a telephone which can call someone or like send messages, emails. They are more like the phones are more like an MP3, which we can listen to music. We can watch movies on the phone. We can doing some office through our phones, and we can also play games, surface the website. So with the higher demands, people get captures about the cell phones. And besides, the diversification and the cost of performance and the creativity are also getting higher and higher, because users don't want to be restricted in a certain style. If all of us use iPhone, then we may feel tired about it. And iPhone is of course a little bit expensive, and people always want to get a higher quality with lower costs. So they are trying to find something which has a better cost performance, and also it is creative. It is people always like something creative. So from the statistic, we can see here in the 3Q 2011, the market share of Android is like 57%, and the of Android is 57%, and the iOS was 13.8%. But 1 year later, the market share of Android grew a lot. They jumped to 75%, and the iOS only increased by about 1%. This statistic shows that although iPhone is good, iOS is good, but most of the people in the world, they use an Android device. So it indicates that there are alternatives to iPhone, and iPhone is not the best in the world nowadays.
I don't. I do buy his words.
You can ask me later.
Go ahead.
Next, I will introduce the features and the specifications of the Galaxy Note 2. First of all, I want to mention is the operating systems. As I mentioned before, the Android and iOS, both of them are very easy to operate. But the Android is an open source, while the iOS is closed. It means we have no restrictions on installing applications with an Android device, but we have to use iTunes. Imagine that if we want to use someone's computers which does not have iTunes, so how can we move some stuff from the computer to the iPhones? We cannot. But we can do that on the Android device, because what we need is just micro USB cables, and it will solve everything. Next, I want to mention is the screen, because we know the Galaxy Note 2 has a very huge screen. It has a 5.5 inches, while the iPhone 5 is only 4 inch, and the iPhone 4, iPhone 4S, they have only 3.5 inches. So when we make a comparison about that, we'll see it's much bigger, and we can have a higher, a better impact of viewing pictures, movies on the Galaxy Note. And second, it has a higher resolution than iPhone 5. It has the 1280 times 720 pixels, while the iPhone 5 is about 1136 times 440. So the high resolution shows that the Galaxy Note 2 can perform the whole picture of it, but the iPhone 5, because of the resolution, it can only show the parts in the yellow lines. And next is the quality of the screen. This is the Samsung's best part, because it has the Super AMOLED screen, and it has a more colorful and a good and a better viewing angle compared with the iPhone's IPS screen. And the hardware, the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 has the 1.6 gigahertz quad core, and with a 2 gigabytes memory, while the iPhone 5 has only 1.3 gigahertz dual core with only 1 GB memory. This means we can operate more applications at the same time on the Galaxy Note 2. And the battery life, the Galaxy Note 2 has a more than 3,000 mAh battery, while the iPhone 5 has only about 1,500. From my experience, the Galaxy Note 2 can be used for daily use, like surfing the internet and sending messages, making phone calls for more than 3 days without charge. But we cannot do that on our iPhones. We may be charged once every day. And there are some, bad, humanized design about Galaxy Note 2 first. It has the replaceable battery. We can change our battery anytime, anywhere, if whenever we have our battery for backup. And it's easy for us to do that because what we need to do is just to open its back and close it again. And we can use it on the airplane. Because if we travel from China to America, it may take like 14 hours. And if we have 2 batteries, we can do everything on our Note. And next is it has unique features. It has an S Pen. The S Pen makes the Galaxy Note unique to any phones in the market, and it has some very creative functions. The air view function allows you to make to preview some videos and images without opening some files, and you can take notes with this pen. You can draw, you can add in your pictures, you can also capture the screen with this pen. And there are also some very creative gestures and actions. The first one is the body feeling dial. It is like when you are looking for someone in your address book, you can just make a phone call without touching anything. And you can scan your hand to capture. You can have the eye track. It has the eye track, and when you keep the screen, and when you are watching the screen, it will keep the light on. And when you double tap the top of the Note, it will go to the top. It's like very convenient when you are watching some website. And there are some other functions, like if you turn your phone.
But we have to go now because
I know.
we got another booth that I have to go to.
So there's the conclusion, but ignore the mistake of the conclusion.
Okay.
Yes, there should be one C.
Yeah.
The Galaxy is good in everything, and it has a large screen, and it's more like, and it is also like a tablet, but it has a higher hardware and provides you in very fast speed. It has a long battery life, and it is the best choice of phone and tablet. Just as like Samsung said, it's the best choice of those, and it is like a tablet.